Recording, start the thing. Let's go.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
Welcome to the July 8th episode of Thalmor Radio. And I am here to talk to you about the pressing issues of the politics and war community. And we will start off by talking not about the game, because who cares, but about me. And I'm going to report on how I'm working out. So I've done 4 things that are significant in the past couple months. One is that I work out every day except Sundays. So I've been doing that. And number 2, I've almost completely replaced soda with water. I only drink soda now with pizza or like if I'm at a restaurant or at a party. Otherwise, I drink like water with meals and stuff. That's been the biggest change so far, I think. Number 3, I've replaced. This one's been for a little longer now, but I've replaced. I'd always have a little bit of chocolate or a cupcake after every meal as a dessert. Now, I eat these little Greek yogurt stuff, and it's also lots of protein. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And the 4th thing is that now, and this just started a couple days ago, but I've been keeping up real good. I eat like some kind of fruit or vegetable every day. So like, I'm doing really good. And like, I look in the mirror and my torso is a bit slimmer and a bit more defined, and my upper arms are bigger. Like every couple days, they look a little bigger. So I am becoming progressively stronger, and I'm hoping to be able to use the Kaioken or maybe even go Super Saiyan in the coming months. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's talk about throwing people in prison. There are 2 court cases that people have been DMing me and pinging me wanting to see brought to trial. In no particular order. The first one is Lysander. And I had someone DM me and be like, hey, all that shit Taith was guilty of, Lysander does it as well, but people are scared of him, so don't talk about it. So that's the first guy. Apparently, Lysander did everything bad. And that's all I know so far. And the second guy is Jaden. And Jaden is apparently guilty of some shady shit too with banks and stuff. And so people also want to, like, people were in Ron the other day telling me we need to do a trial. Monty was doing it. Monty was like, we need a trial. So other people were as well. Liz was one of the people who was spearing people around. Well, if Lysander was spearing people, like I speared that snake the other week, he certainly probably should go to jail because he sounds like a dangerous person. So, who wants to see Lysander and or Jaden brought to trial? Put 1 in chat. Okay, a quarter of you approximately want to see Lysander or Jaden thrown in jail. Okay. What my fellow audience members, what do you guys know? Did one of them actually do something wrong? Like, who should should Lysander go? Should Lysander be brought to trial or Jaden first? Like, who's actually probably guilty of something? I don't know about Lysander doing so, but Jaden has those people going after him. Okay, yeah, it seems like Jaden is public enemy number one for this week for some reason. So we'll probably do that. Okay, so who should be prosecutor? I'm going to guess none of you want to be prosecutor. So who should be prosecutor? Who is in the best position to prosecute Jaden? Tomato, I call being the bailiff. You cannot be bailiff. Staff has to be bailiff, and that is probably going to be Zig or Kills. Actually, this is funny. It's coming from Thalmor, I believe. Oh, well. We'll see about that. Cool Cat. Are we going to court or some shit? Scroll down the server. It's at the bottom. The High Court of Thalmoria. We have a full court here with a court tradition. We've tried multiple cases. And have had both convictions and acquittals. Shit's real. I am host and owner and operator of Politics and War's most legitimate and recognized court system. There is no other court system in the community with the history and recognition that we do. Not to say we have much of either, but it's not nothing. Can I be jury and know nothing about either of these situations? Yes. Being jury is pretty easy, basically. I'm more interested. I need a prosecutor. As long as I have a prosecutor, I can do the jury and the defense team, but I need a prosecutor. And so I will work with you guys to get a jury filled, but I need a prosecutor and a defense attorney. Decagon did a great job. So if Decagon wants to retain that role again, he can. But we need a prosecutor and we need a defense guy. And without those two, nothing can happen. So that's that. And I don't know what the best way is to go about doing this. No one's volunteering to be... Okay. And, well, if no one's going to volunteer to prosecute Jaden, then no one's probably going to volunteer to prosecute Lysander either. So, that's something to keep in mind. Darkblade, ask one of define Phoenix's high gov before the Catamount should be prosecuted. Who would that be? Who would those people be? I know nothing of double penetration. So, Adam, he's gone. But that might not matter. Codename? Okay, I'll talk to Codename. He's still around. MC Ramona. Ramona! Oh, that has to be a voice chat, though. And Ramona doesn't voice chat. So, probably Codename. Codename or MCM. Let me pin that so I can come back to... Okay. And Decagon will probably be defense attorney, maybe. I don't know. He only defended Borg because they were friends. So, all right. So I will get to work on that, and hopefully we'll know more later this month about whether that's going to happen. At the earliest, trial will probably happen early next month. Someone reminded on this while listening there was punching on trial. I was DM'd by someone who Lysander is guilty of lots of stuff. And he gave me some names to ask around with, but I'm lazy, so I haven't. So I've asked the chat what they know, and no one knows anything. They would all rather see Jaden get fucked. So I will... I'm going to follow up on Jaden first, because there's more interest on him. Say there's a guilty, but just stuff I don't know. Oh man. Okay. Fuck. What was it? Oh, I should talk about the game now. Nothing's happening. Actually that's a complete lie. There's lots of stuff happening. Celestial is getting like, I called to find Phoenix double penetration as a joke, but like in keeping with the gross sex themes, like Celestial is like getting it airtight right now. Like it's really ugly right now. It looks bad. They should keep the door closed and the lights off because it looks really bad what's going on in Celestial right now. They are just getting fucked silly. 6 ways to Sunday, from up top, from down below, from left to right. Like it is. Whew. And I don't know how it's going to change because I guess they can fight. I guess they actually have like little talent, at least relative to Hollywood, which can fight. I just can't believe like it just happened again. They got information, shit was happening, and they did nothing. They did nothing. Look, you can fight a guerrilla war, okay? Guerrilla warring has been a strat for many years, but when you have the numbers of Celestial being at full military and being able to blunt Hollywood's blitz and then organize your own counter blitzes, could have made for some close stuff. But I don't know. So they're look, I'm a filthy raider right now, and I'm trying to raid Celestial, and I can't because the slots get filled immediately by Hollywood people. They can fight the guerrilla war and try to close the damage gap over the course of months, which they're not going to do. The war will end before then, way before then. But they've lost. They're being sat on. And when you're being sat on like that, when you can't even rebuild your conventional military, it's over. So I'm going to get good at base sniping. I have no patience for it. So what I'm hoping happens will be what happened in Guns N' Roses, where like after the excitement of the first couple weeks, the Hollywood people stop caring as much, and so they get slow on filling the slots, and then that enables me to go in and be like, your loot is mine now. Okay, I'm feeling petty. I'm feeling petty, so I'm gonna tell him to leave. This is A. Okay, well, there we go. So Celestial's losing the war, and in relation to that, TKR is now number 1. And that's cool. So good luck to all that. Rose took it back. Good job, bro. Good job, Rose. That's basically it. We're in Hand of Fate, and we're like, we attacked Yar, and we attacked Fark, and we attacked Polaris. Polaris is actually really funny because they keep having their government members leave to create a new offshore to keep their bank safe, and we keep like Hand of Fate members outnumber Polaris Gov members. So every time they create a new offshore, like they're running out of government members to send the bank to. So I'm really eager to see what happens there because Polaris is desperately trying to not lose their bank to us. So that's funny. Yeah. Who's next on the bucket hit list? I don't know. Whoever has money for us to steal, I guess. Players don't get your optional looted challenge. Impossible. That's funny. That's really funny. I wanna give that a react. Okay, Zig got it for I could. I tried to get that react, but I couldn't get it in time. What's that even called? It's called laughing my fucking ass off. Oh well. Cool Cat says, "Who is Polaris exactly?" I think it's a four-wheeler brand, a four-wheeler ATV manufacturer. Hi, Cat. How are you, Cat? The cat's closing her eyes at me. Meow. Meow. She's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I probably called her a slur in cat words. Meow. Yeah, her eyes are really wide right now. I called her the cat N-word. Okay. What's my other topic? Oh, apparently Camelot and Polaris are like they argued like on Ron. They argued with each other for a while because the beef is that Camelot's argument is they've made amends for when they were in Impios last time and were ruining the game for everyone, whereas Polaris hasn't. The emotional like weight of that doesn't matter anymore. I don't care anymore. But I think that they are right. Like Camelot has kind of like I think tried to make amends, whereas Polaris is like Japan. Okay, Japan's official stance on the atrocities of Imperial Japan has been like, no, it didn't happen, right? Or just silence, and that's been Polaris. Polaris is to Impios last time what Japan was to World War II. And so Polaris is like never recognized that they were in the wrong. They never recognized that they did anything wrong. It's just been silence. And so Camelot was mad at them. And I think logically they're right that like Polaris hasn't really done anything to help them. And motherfucker Kiwi, Polaris is not making sushi and VCRs. They're like, what's a country that was good and went to shit? I can't think of one. But they're never going to make sushi and VCRs. They are a nation in decline. Actions speak louder than some form of apology. But Polaris has taken no actions though to like do anything. I mean, I guess Camelot hasn't either, but they've still done more than Camelot. Camelot still has done more than Polaris did. Yeah, Polaris is North Korea. They like not that Polaris was ever like competent at anything like North Korea was. North Korea used to be like had good industry and stuff, and now they're all just poor all the time. Polaris always kind of sucked, and I think they probably suck now more than they ever have. Maybe, actually, I don't know. It's a bit of a roller coaster with them, but not that they were ever good. And that's funny. And Zig said he would have posted it in Seed and Cope. You guys should use Seed and Cope. If you find any Seed and Cope, post it in Seed and Cope because it's the archive. It's going to be there forever, so we can laugh at people, including ourselves.
There was at least 4 like 2-page wall of texts that were. It was getting to be like I have to read this to make sure it's actually Seed and not a joke. It's too much. I give up.
That's wild. I completely missed it. It happened when I was asleep, I think. It was too much, yeah. And then, like, I came into the chat because people pinged me wanting to see Jaden put on trial. And, like, Keegals was arguing with, like, 5 different people. Like, it was really weird. I don't know what was going on. But Keegan can take it. He's a good guy. He's a tough guy. I feel bad for Keegaz. Why do you feel bad for Keegaz? I can understand he was shouldering some morons. That is completely fair. Completely fair. Gosh. I really like Keegaz. He was a reason why I wish that we stayed in clock, because working with him, like if you got him in your corner, you could do a lot worse. All right. Any other last Pugs and War topics to touch on? I don't think anything else has really happened. This seems test. Okay, yeah, I was thinking that looked a lot different than that. Looked like something I'd never seen before. Your war with Monty of Montyland expired, resulting in the defeat of your nation. Your nation is only moved to the beige protection color block for 20 turns. That's higher, I think, 20 terms. This prevents new war decks on your nation and prevents you from declaring new wars. Your nation will automatically accept any peace offers sent. Automatically accept any peace offers sent in existing. I don't know about that one. That sounds really bad. I really don't like that one. That one.
The strange part is Monty and I found that in the test server, and so far pretty much nobody's has, as far as I can tell, nobody's willing to take credit for adding that. So Alex probably coded that sentence, basically those sentences, but nothing else on the test server actually does this, and it's not supposed to do anything until like much later, I guess. So it's kind of like a weird fluke, but it's something that they're talking about doing. And it sounds like it might actually be in the works.
Sorry, I went quiet. I had to hang I was getting enough. Yeah, that's. Because I haven't heard anything about that either, about automatically accepting peace deals. So that is interesting and also kind of ridiculous. I don't like the idea of it. The game doesn't need that many new core mechanics changes. It just needs quality of life stuff and like little tweaks. And a total reset. I am fully down for a reset because it would completely change the landscape of the game. And like all the people who would leave would be the worst members of the community anyways. So that would be okay. You would have a crazy 2 years. But the best ones would still rise up. Yeah. Shocking, since like a lot of people are really down for a reset. Keeps out all the newbies. I don't think it would keep out the newbies. I think it would. It levels the playing field. I think it'd be good, but it won't happen. It won't happen because Alex is worried about his bottom line, and I understand that. All right. I think it's a Pugs and War. Phone call, Pugs and War, and this topics need to touch on, or is that it for the game? So I got 2 real life stuff I want to cover, and then I'm going to end the show and probably eat a little fruit snack thing I got. Allow everyone's ticket nation to funnel money to their money. Tomato, you messed up what you were saying. The server has shown us up every day. It has. We had a member in Hand of Fate who got the daily login bonus twice, which was pretty wild. All right. Okay, that's it for the game. So thank you for tuning in. If you have no interest in real life topics, then time to leave us now. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week. And as for the rest of you, only 2 left, so that's pretty good. Most of you are here. I love you guys. You guys are here for the good, the bad, and the ugly, and most of it's just ugly. Let's talk about the story that upsets me more, which is Shinzo Abe, the former prime minister of Japan, got hella murdered. A guy had he made a shotgun out of like metal pipes and cardboard and electrical tape, and he shot him, just killed him. Pretty sad. I mean, Japan's all people talking about. It's a I mean, it is newsworthy when any Western politician gets killed like that, but in Japan, like, it's almost unheard of. So that it's a crazy story. I don't know. It upsets me. I think, in my ignorant American opinion, as someone with no deep understanding of Japanese culture or anyone in Japan, I kind of liked Shinzo Abe. He seemed okay. I can look towards politicians in the West and in the United States and be like, yep, he probably is like a reptilian who like drinks the blood of children, or like a pedophile, right? Or both. But like, I can't really say that about Abe as quickly. So rest in peace. He just wanted his countrymen to fucking make babies. Like, can you really hold that against the man? Japan has a culture of death. Like, you go back to pre-modern Japan, all the ghosts and demons and tales and stuff, like, about, if you walk through the Shifuku flower grove at 4 a.m. with a sakura flower, the Mamalora Ding Dong Shifu ghost will come up out of the grove and cut your dick off. Like, they have a million stories like this, which I find very interesting. And like, you look at how they have no birth how they have such a low birth rate. Like, and suicide is very ritualistic, like seppuku, or how they take their shoes off before they jump off a, like, I don't know. I think Japan's a culture of death, and I think it's very sad. And there's a lot of things about Japan that I like, about Japanese culture that I like. If I ever got rich, Japan would be a good place to go to, like 2 months out of the year, and just like live as a tourist for 2 months out of the year. Because Japan is a very strong tourist thing, and like the locals are friendly enough to foreigners, especially white ones. Actually, probably only white ones. And that would probably be cool. But like, Japan is like kind of a shithole in some ways too. Like, I think Japan goes out of their way to curate the opinion of the country for tourism. Like, what does your average weeaboo think about Japan? Like, it's this clean place, and like there's no crime, and like the people are like all into, like, it's actually like it's a normal country. Like, yes, okay, the food in most places is usually a lot of care goes into it. Like, yes, if you hire someone, they'll probably have a good work ethic. But like, it's a normal country with normal people with normal problems. So, I mean, it's a whole trope of like the overworked salary man stumbling drunk in the street with his tie, backwards. Like, Japan has its own dark side because it's a normal country full of normal people, and there you go. Yeah, the work culture is actually, I think the American work culture is even more demanding than the Japanese one, but I could be wrong. It's not. Okay, well, I can just be wrong. Aside from reproduction, and that's exactly it too. Like they don't have kids. They work so hard and so long, and so stressed out that they don't even have kids. And it's like, what do you do? But yeah, rest in peace, Shinzo Abe. He just wanted his countrymen to get laid, and that triggered them, so they blew his head off. Go talk to girls, bam. So, speaking of bam and blowing up stuff, the Georgia Guidestones got blown up, and you might be asking to yourself, if you're a normal person, what the fuck is a Georgia Guidestone? And I would not blame you for asking such a question because it's a little obscure. The Georgia Guidestones are these, well, they were these 4 big-ass marble stones with 10 commandments on them. And no, it's not like the biblical 5. What? I thought there was only 4. The one on top. Okay, yeah, the one on top. So 5, but there's only 4 that's really relevant. And on these 4 are 10 commandments. And they're not like the biblical 10 commandments. The biblical 10 commandments is reasonable stuff. Like, hey, don't fuck your neighbor's wife. Don't kill people. Don't steal things. Like, pretty reasonable, right? Well, the Georgia Guidestone, its 10 commandments, had lots of sussy baka shit on it. Like, keep the population below 500 million. Solve your disputes internally within your countries, but then like go to a world court for like bigger shit. Guide reproduction, like so that everyone is cool. And something else about like living in harmony with the infinite, which doesn't even mean anything. The Georgian Christian ripped off. So that is one thing. So it is kind of a mystery who put these up, because the guy's name was Robert Christian, but that was a fake name, and no one knows who he really was, only that he was hella rich. And that's one theory, is that it's like a Christian cult thing, but I don't know about that. Kiwi says it was basically advocacy for nation-state global confederation. So, and you can read the 10 Commandments online. I think they're on Wikipedia. That's basically the reoccurring theme across all 10 that unifies them, is that it points towards like something that's only able to be done under a globalist regime. And so that's why conspiracy theorists particularly attach to it, because it's like, oh, look, the globalists are putting it out in plain view. So I woke up earlier this week and I was very surprised to learn that someone blew the fuck out of them. Someone blew up one of the Georgia Guidestones, and that led the county to knock the rest down because they were a safety hazard. So they're gone now. Like, you can't visit the Georgia Guidestones anymore, and I doubt they'll be replaced because the marble is expensive. The 10 Commandments of Sussy Baka. And so, now that I've told you this about the Georgia Guidestones, your next question is probably, okay, well, who blew them up? And the answer is nobody knows. The county police department, whatever, released 2 CCTV videos. One shows the car of the person of interest driving on the grass around the area, and and they drive on the grass so that the tire tracks don't leave marks on the gravel that surrounds it. So it's smart. This is a guy who knows what we were doing. And the second video is of the explosion itself. What is missing, and it's very curious, what is missing, though, is a video of someone going up to the marble and placing a bomb there and running away. There's a video of a car, there's a video of an explosion, nothing else. Which kind of begs the question, like, why has the police not released the video of the, like, if you're trying to find a suspect on camera, it might be helpful to show the parts of the video where the suspect is visible, right? Like if Walmart wanted to catch a shoplifter, they wouldn't just like release footage of the guy driving his car, they would release footage of him in the store, right? I think the reason why they're not releasing it is because it doesn't exist. I think whoever blew up the marble used a projectile. I think he fired a rocket or something, like, or a grenade. Like, I think he fired an explosive projectile to blow up the marble. The bomb was all along. That was one theory I saw, was that the marble was constructed with the bomb already inside. I think that's going too far, though. I think the person who blew up the Georgia Guidestone used a like a rocket or some kind of, or he shot a projectile, and so that's why they haven't released the footage of the guy going up to it, because it doesn't exist. He didn't do it that way. The creator's ghost did it. He might still be alive, actually. I'm not sure, but no one knows who he is anyways. So, and so what does so. I put it in community polls, so now is the time to vote. Do your democratic duty and vote. In community polls, who blew up the Georgia Guidestone? Was it the feds, Antifa, a patriotic anti-government type, or someone else? Place your votes now. Most people who are willing to vote, though, already have, and everyone thinks the same thing, including myself, which is it was actually probably a like Alex Jones listener or something. And I concur. I don't think it was the feds. Why can't we also place our vets? Because gambling's a sin. And so I also said Hawkbane with Patrick with the rocket launcher. Patrick Starr blew up the Georgia Guidestone. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think it was some local radical, like in the state of Georgia, who was like, "These globalists, some bitches," and he did it incredibly base. I think it's based to blow up the Georgia Guidestone. No one got hurt. No one got killed. Like, I think it was okay to do it. I'm not. Alex Jones condemned it. Alex Jones said there's not the time to do this. But I think it's okay. It's a little. It's just. I'm sure it has insurance, right? That was the response in 2020 during the riots. Was they have insurance? I'm sure the Georgia Guidephones have insurance. Insurance is a sin. Why did Avatar blow it up? Oh fuck! We did Avatar Patrick. That's funny. It was an insurance scam. I doubt that. Does insurance cover acts of domestic terrorism? Because the district attorney came out and said he wants to prosecute it as domestic terrorism. So, like, does regular insurance cover domestic terrorism? It probably doesn't, right? You have to get that. You have to get that separate, I imagine. All right, Zig, what do you think about the Georgia Guidestones?
I think we should make our own. It sounds like a fun trend that we can do. Do you want to go in?
We should
make the Kentucky Guidestones.
I think we should. But what should the 10 rules be?
We can make them out of dirty sheet metal. I think that would be cooler. None of this fancy granite stuff.
But what should the rules be? Is the question.
Chat, help us out.
One should be like let's just do one rule. It should be what's the Kentucky Thalmor Guidestone rules. Number one, do not give opinions or advice unless you ask. I am always giving opinions and advice unsolicited, both on the show and in real life. So, number one, it's okay to drive a little drunk. If you had just a little bourbon, it's okay. Just a little bourbon. I think it's okay. We need to work on this. Number one, we don't talk about the Guidestones. That one makes sense. Like I can get behind that one. This is a work in progress. In real life, buy insurance. It sounds like it, and you should buy buy insurance. By the way, like all 14 of you listening, all the listeners who will listen to the recording, buy insurance. The day will come, and when something terrible will happen. And buy insurance would have saved you. So buy insurance. All right, that's it. I don't think I want to talk about. Any final topics you guys want me to talk about? Because I think I'm done. I need to eat something and watch something. Yes, Boris Johnson did resign. Finally, they wanted him gone for a long time, and he just refused. And now he finally, maybe like Matt. Why do you think he's finally resigning after being so stubborn? Did MI6 threaten to like cut his head off or something? (1922) committee would have changed rules. Otherwise, the choice were known for regicide. Oh, okay. The party would have killed him. Okay. There is a thing going around, which, if you look in High Musing, even I have talked about some. People are taking pictures of AOC, famous United States Congresswoman, and they're editing her hair and eyes to make her like look different. And I posted one in High Musings of her being blonde and blue eye, which I think she looks very pretty. But someone made a version where she's a redhead. I'm gonna post that because I like redheads. It's taking in a minute. She looks like trash Thalmor. I thought she looks good. Different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Motherfucker, you are 250 kilobytes. Why can't you load any faster than this? You have a 4G connection. I don't like her. I think she's attractive. She's like your sister. Well, that would explain it. Should have been green hair, not blonde hair. Kiwi, are you into unnatural hair colors? Or are you memeing? Oh, should have been green eyes and not bottle blonde hair. Gotcha. They're forcing you to upgrade 5G. I had a 5G phone, but I don't have a 5G plan, so I'm kind of kicked out of it. I did get a new phone, actually. I got a new phone this week, and because my old phone just stopped working. At home, it stopped working. Only when I was out of town would it work. It was pretty ridiculous. Well, the picture doesn't want to load, so unfortunately, none of you can see redhead AOC. Well, that's okay. All right, we're done. Zig, play the theme, and then in the theme is done. We are ready to go. I'm not reading the manhwa. I've decided I'm taking a moral stance. I'm not going to do it. I'll read a funny, cute story, but I'm not going to read hentai. I'm gonna crack the whip on the spot. Whoosh!
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
I don't know how it's going to come out because there's a slight delay because my internet's bad. But I think the bot started playing the music right when I went whoosh with the whip noise. So that's funny. Good night!